Hey guys, welcome back to a new video. I'm Stephanie Fisher. I'm a licensed counselor here in the state of Michigan, and I am owner and operator of In Progress Counseling. This isn't the only way to interpret today's language selection, so we're going to talk about defense mechanisms. But a helpful framing that some of my clients really take to when we talk about defense mechanisms is the protective strategies that my brain uses when the reality in front of me is overwhelming, when it's scary, when it's unfamiliar, when it's uncertain. A defense mechanism will show up to disallow us from having to sit in the tension of reality. And I don't have to ask my brain to defend me. My brain often works towards protection. It works towards autopiloting things. It works towards safety. Our brains do that unprovoked. And so a lot of the work that I get to do with clients and a lot of the pieces in my own story where healing matters and where I've had to go through some healing measures is disrupting and dismantling defense mechanisms, because their goal is to take me out of the present and shield me from something that's hurtful or harmful or painful or uncertain or overwhelming. Defense mechanisms defend me. And so I feel this need for defense or protection until I'm able to deal with the reality of what is. And so I'll often use the language with my clients of, we need to be able to bring you back to present without you trying to get out of it. Now that's a whole skill set that we can develop over time. We tolerate distress, we process hard emotions, we do a resource appraisal. There's a lot of things that help us come into the present. Defense mechanisms take us back out of the present. And so disrupting defense mechanisms is a key piece of the work we do. So one of the things I might run into with a client is where I notice a growth that they're making and I say, hey, I'm noticing this and I'm wondering how you feel about it. And they instantly diminish it, or they tell me all the other ways that they're failing. They completely discredit their progress. That's a defense mechanism. That's an unlearned skill to stay in the present, sit in someone's admiration of you and accept it and let the plane land. That's a really cool phrasing a friend had told me a long time ago. She had said, Steph, I'm working on letting the plane land. I thought that was a brilliant kind of visual to give us. But the defense mechanism shows up and says, not good enough, not enough, you need to do better, you're not there yet, whatever the there yet is. So I can't sit in the present and be comfortable because my brain is telling me that I'm not there yet, I haven't arrived, do better, work harder. That defense mechanism robs me of hearing someone's admiration or appreciation. Another common defense mechanism is deflection, where I'll say to someone, hey, I'm noticing this trend. And they'll say, yeah, but this person, they're doing it too. And it's like, yeah, but they're not in the room with me. And I don't know what they're doing and why they're doing it. But you and I at least get to hold, hey, is this serving you the way you think it might be? Is this helpful, or is this you staying out of the present for some reason? Maybe if I blame them or point to them, I don't have to set the boundary, have a hard conversation, engage conflict. I can kind of other my issue, and now I don't have a role or a responsibility with it. Defense mechanisms have key roles that they're playing for us. And a lot of the work is to take us out of the present because the present feels very painful. And so often I'm working with clients on, hey, let's come to the present. Let me hold that with you. Let's come to the present. Let's metabolize the discomfort. Let's come to the present. Let's honor the past. Let's grieve it. And let's understand that we can do things differently going forward. Defense mechanisms have a role. And in therapy, our job together is to typically disrupt it, help a client come to the present, stay in the present as healthfully and as well-equipped as possible without trying to get out of it at all costs. Our brains help us in the process. I think our brains are brilliant and they're creative. They're also often safety seeking, and they often kind of engage in shortcuts on our behalf. And so it's hard work to come into the present and stay there, but that is often what we get to do with clients in therapy. If you're finding yourself distracting, numbing, avoiding, retreating, shutting down, erupting, blowing up, those are often tied to some of our defense mechanisms. We can hold them together. We can make some progress with them together. If you need support, reach out.